Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be KT Flash 96, or Flash for the win, as people know me on Team Liquid. And I am going to be bringing you guys the round of 8 Sonic Star League 11 quarterfinals between Mind as the orange Terran here on NeoJ, spawning at the 11 card position, and as white Zerg it is going to be Killer. Killer is spawning in the right direction with the Overlord. And what can I say? I am very late with these videos. I apologize to everyone who's watching. People are probably like, oh my god, why are you so late with all these videos? And because like it's been like a week, at least a week, that these round of 8s have been played. And the truth is, I've just been like a little bit busy with life so far. I've been very caught up in some things, work especially, and then there's some other personal things that I am currently caught up with that does not allow me to spend enough time or how do I say, just emotionally be there to cast. So yeah, maybe I'll make another separate video on that some other time. But anyways, that's not the point. I'm here today. I'm here to give you guys an epic commentary between Mind, who is the best Terran vs Zerg player, and I would say just the best Terran right now. His TVZ game is so good. It's like an 82% win rate. His TVP game is solid. I wouldn't say it's great. I consider great TVPers like Flash, for example. He was a great TVP. And some, I can't think of the players on top of my head. I think, who are those Terrans back in the day? There was, there was Hwasun, there was Fantasy in an okay TVP. He was mostly known for his TVT, I think, and TVZ. Should I go back all the way? Like Isla Rouge? I don't know. TVP is just a very hard matchup to win for the Terran players. I guess I would have to talk about the snipers then. So for GG, maybe? I'm not even sure. Anyways, let's get into this game. Standard 12 hatch, 11 pool, or maybe even 13 pool build order for Killer, and not getting gas, which means he's going to throw down a third hatchery soon. So very standard 3 hatch play coming out from Killer. And you flick on the minimap, you got Mind. He's got that command center down, 1 racks FE. Probably skipped a Marine. Actually, he might have taken a Marine. I mean, he did scout first, and if you get the first initial scout off in the right direction, it's very easy for you to skip that initial Marine, or even like the first 2 Marines. Meanwhile, building supply depot at the front to help wall off his choke point, and a second barracks getting added on. No early gas, which means I don't think this is going to be a 4 racks plus 1 timing. But Killer is going to know where Mind is with this Overlord. He's going to see that the command center is down, and commentators are pointing out there is no gas yet. So again, no early academy timing, no early eBay timing, just standard 2 racks. Let's pump out as many Marines as possible and then take the gas. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's just now taking the gas, and we're just going to see a standard probably 3 racks academy timing. Force 3 Sunkens and then play defensive while Mitas are out on the map. But the SCV transfer is out here. Got some Koreans. No idea how to read that. I wish I'm taking Korean, but instead, next year in college, I will be taking Japanese instead. Honestly, as a Chinese, and I don't mean to offend any other Chinese people out there, honestly, our language is like the lamest. I don't mean that to be offensive, I just mean that, like, man, I just don't like our language for whatever reason. I just think Japanese and Korean is like so much cooler. I don't know, it could just be me. But now we see the academy coming out from Mind. Don't see any early engineering base, so again, this +1 attack upgrade or +1 armor upgrade is going to be delayed for Mind. And this SCV, is it going to live? No, it's not. It does pick up a Zergling as a consolation prize. Otherwise, yep, getting that gas, gonna research Stim ASAP once the academy finishes. And meanwhile, 3 hatch layer. And the first creep colony just being morphed, just in case. Got another SCV scout here from mine. Really wants to know what Killer is doing. Meanwhile, these two barracks still pumping out Marines. The academy is not done yet, but I think on the next round it's going to be medics. And he's immediately researching stim. Meanwhile, Spire is going down, so no 3-hatch lurker or no 3-hatch quick hive tech push and mass circling. The SCV will see that there is a sunken at the front, so he's not going to be able to push early. Meanwhile, he's pushing out a few more of these Marines, and yep, there's the first wave of medics and engineering base now going up in order to be able to create those early missile turrets in order to defend against the Mutalisk harass. I'm very curious, because I'm very interested in the ZVT matchup. I think honestly the ZVT matchup is my favorite matchup of them all. I think it's the most volatile and the best matchup. Ooh, double Firebad. This could be a Firebad break to counter the 3-hatch. This could be a break. Oh, he's getting another third base. I don't see a third sunken beam morphing right now. And if there's finally is one, oh my god, those Firebats are almost there. I think they stimmed actually in order to get there faster. Yeah, they did. But these Zerglings might actually pick off these two Firebats right now. Meanwhile, the Marines are going for the break right now at the front. There's going to pick off one of the sunken colonies. And there's another one just now finished morphing. The Firebats did get killed off. They did pick off a few of these Zerglings. But now they're going to be able to pick off all these Zerglings. Oh my god, this is going to be a break. Mine is actually going to win the first game really quickly right here. He is going to be able to break out. Milos are just now morphing, and I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to hold this off. 9 minutes. Oh my god, Chi my Killer! Mine goes for a very simple 3 racks break at the front, and he's able to take this game. What an amazing game by Mine. Really noticed Killer's weakness right there, and Killer not putting out the third sunken earlier. You know, that third sunken is so crucial to defense, and that is like that sweet spot. That's that sweet spot for the Zerg in order to defend off against any kind of 3 racks or greater timing attack to break the front, and he didn't have that third sunken. It's a very well-known fact that against the initial control group of Marine Medic Firebat break, 3 sunkens is enough. With some Zergling pressure, 3 sunkens is generally enough. But Killer didn't do that. He played so greedy. And in fact, you know, he was taking his third base. He wasted 3 more 100 minerals, although he was banking for Mutalisk, so I'm not sure why he didn't put down a sunken. It's not like he was, you know, desperate for minerals or something like that. But again, very surprising to me. Very curious. Meanwhile, we're going to watch some of the replay.
긴장하지 않았나 이 경기라서. 마린 숫자를 보고 입구 지역에 벙커도 없고 이런 걸 보면 성큰을 2개째를 그냥 지어만 놓고 올 때 딱 U를 눌러서 변신을 시키는 과정 정도가 돼 있어야 되는데 뭐야 아직 하나 그리고 파이어에서 어그로가 끌리니까 바로 들어가서 1.4 해버렸거든요. 네, 경기가 아주 순식간에 불꽃타는 변기싸움이 생각날 정도로 네, 아주 빠르게 경기를 잡아냈습니다. 맞습니다. 아 진짜 오랜만에 들어보는 네, 변기싸 선수. 아니 근데 박성균 선수가 누굽니까? 서클 숫자 보면 그리고 내 부대의 규모 딱 보면 이게 뚫릴지 아닐지 이게 판단이 딱 서거든요. 정말 때론 선비기도 하지만 이런 플레이를 보니까.
Anyway, sorry about that. Was just talking with someone. No viewers, excellent. At least on my stream. Hopefully, people watching this later on my YouTube cast will be a lot more welcoming. I don't know how to say it. Anyways. God, I love this intro. God, again, I think I said this before, but StarCraft intros are so good. Like, I don't understand why they're so good. Man. Never cease to exist me, OG, and never cease to amaze me how good you guys are. Anyways, Mine taking game 1 off of Killer on Neo Jade. And I think that map is favored for Terran a little bit because of the fact that you have a low ground main, so when you take your third base, it would have been hard to defend anyways with Lurkers because Marines can shoot it. But now we're going to be on Heartbreak Ridge, which is an even more notorious bad map for Zergs, I think. I just don't like this map for Zerg. In general, I just don't like anything non-3-player greater maps. I don't like 3-player maps because they do have slight imbalances to each of their spawn locations. And I don't like 2-player maps because of the fact that overall don't seem to favor Zerg because of the fact that Zerg likes to take those main bases or natural bases in all matchups and then expand behind that to the next one, which allows them to have a solid 4 base, 4 gas economy, which is exactly what Zergs really look for. And oh, Mine busted out the cheese! He already knows he got into the mind of Killer by doing that really easy sunken break, and now he's gonna go with a forward 8 racks in the middle of the map. I want to see if Killer is gonna sniff this out and move his Overlord up. Oh, he's not. Oh, he has a drone! He has a drone. I'm curious to see if he's gonna scout the middle or not. Oh no, he's not scouting the middle. He's not scouting. No, Killer! No, you're not scouting the middle! No, he's not! He didn't click his drone to the middle! Ah! Oh no, he's just gonna drone scout early! Oh no, Killer, he's going for a 12. Killer's going for a 12 hatch build against the 4-8 racks. Oh, he's gotta see this. He has to see this. He has to see this. He cannot put down the hatchery. He cannot put down the hatchery. He's gonna see there's no barracks. He's gonna put down the pool first. Yes, he's gonna put down a pool first, and he's gonna see if there's a barracks behind here. There is no barracks. He's gonna go check. It is gonna be a 12 pool. He needs to pump out more drones right now. He's gonna need to pull a lot of drones off the line and defend against his 4-8 racks. Oh, another drone! He really wants to find his barracks so badly, and another refinery. Oh my God, Heartbreak Ridge, more like Cheese Break Ridge. Alright, that was a bad joke. I'm sorry. Anyways, pulling 3 drones off the line right now. He's gonna need to deal with this early Marine, but the gas is up. He doesn't know this factory follow-up, and his hatchery's getting put down. I think he's gonna be able to hold this off. His pool is almost done already, saving up Larva Bank for the 6 Zerglings. But oh, the bunker! He needs to pull more drones. Where are the drones? He needs to pull 7 drones. There's the 4 extra drones. Here he comes. Here comes the push. He really wants to surround that Marine. No, go back for the SCV now. You can't let that bunker finish. You can't let that bunker finish. Alright, good. He's able to do it. He should be pulling drones back now because he has those early Zerglings, and I think he lost a lot of mining time. He didn't really need to keep targeting the bunker with those drones because of the fact that he did have Zerglings coming out very, very soon. Oh, this would be great if those are drones, but nope, they're Zerglings. He needed to be playing safe, and it's correct to make those Zerglings. But he does have his second hatchery almost up now. But in the meantime, Mine does have that factory out, so we're going to see how well Killer deals with this early Vulture harassment by Mine. And we'll see if he's able to deal with it comfortably, or is he going to lose a lot of drones and economic pressure to it. Meanwhile, supply depot at the front, he's going to block off for the Marines against the Zerglings. And once Killer sees this, he's probably gonna have to back up. But again, look, very smart now. He's realizing what's happened. He's gonna try to scout the entire map with all of these Zerglings. In the meantime, he's getting a 3rd hatchery, so he's gonna be transitioning into a very, very standard game. Meanwhile, Mine doesn't even have his command center up. He is gonna go I think he's gonna go Starport. I think there was still SCV on gas in his main base, and if that happens to be so, he is going to be going for Starport and possibly Wraiths in the next game or in the next transition. Aww. So sad. But there is 1 SCV on gas, so he is going to be able to go for the Starport early on. Meanwhile, the barracks has lifted and scouted the inside of the base of Killer, and he's going to see exactly what's going on because there's no anti-air right now. Meanwhile, the drone is going to pop down a sunken, and the command center is now up for Mine. So I was wrong there. I don't think there will be a Starport follow-up, although I wish there was. Now there's 3 guys going back into gas. We'll see if he continues to attack. Maybe he's going to go for early dropship play. I don't think so. I want to say maybe. Meanwhile, drones mining gas. Probably get that layer up soon. But there is a Vulture up, and this sunken needs to finish, or else this Vulture is going to be able to get in there and get a lot of drone kills and link kills. But sunken's finished. It's going to force away that Vulture, and the command center is now almost halfway done. Yep, there is the Starport. We're gonna see, I think Vulture Mines or Vulture Speed being researched. It's not Siege Tanks for sure. Meanwhile, layer is now up for Killer. I think we're gonna see another Spire play or Hydro's. I think Hydro's play this game because of the fact that he knows that there is a Vulture out and it is gonna be semi-mech. We'll see though. I think he's still gonna go Spire anyways because I think Spire is very, very important in the TVZ matchup. It's just good, you know, during the entire game. You can get Mutalisks out and then you can get Scourge later on in the game with the Spire. Very, very important.
정면은 안 되겠으니
And hey, if you ever want to go mass Mutalisk against like a mostly tank build against mech, when you feel like they're skimping too much on Radiate or Goliaths or even Valkyries, you can go for a mass Mutalisk build and punish them really heavily. Meanwhile, the control tower is now done for the starport, so he's going to be pumping out a dropship. Notice how it won't be a Wraith because why we need a control tower for Wraith, and the control tower wasn't blinking, so there won't be cloak Wraiths. Meanwhile, it is just going to be Hydras, I think, and Lurkers. I don't see any Spire up yet for Killer. So yeah, I think it's just going to be a very, very simple 3-hatch Lurker or Hydra build. I'm not sure where I got the Hive though, the layer though then. Maybe just to transition earlier on, I don't know. Anyway, Science Facility not going out for Mine. He's going to want to get that early Science Vessel out and maybe early upgrades. I'm not sure, that's kind of early for a Science Vessel if you want to really go for earlier upgrades. But anyways, dropship moving now, moving across the map for Mine. And these vultures patrolling the middle of the map are going to walk out. And we'll see if Killer's going to see it. He is going to see it. He is going to be able to react in time to this. But this is the problem with Heartbreak Ridge, is that because of the fact that, you know, your base is so spread out and there's so many avenues to drop, it's very, very difficult to defend. Meanwhile, here come the vultures, going to be able to pick off a lot of these drones, actually. Wow, picking off a Hydralisk as well. Oh, the mine, maybe the Hydras. Kills off his Zerg instead. But he's gotten about 3 or 4 drone kills already, which is very, very good for vultures, and he's going to get more drone kills here. Wow, that's a lot of good economic damage now. These drones just melted away. Very, very well done by Mine. I think he got like maybe 6 or 7 drones, I want to say, and a Hydralisk, so not a bad drop at all. I think it went pretty well. Finally, Spire is going up now for Killer, and he's probably going to Scourge in order to deal with this dropship. But very, very early Science Vessel, and I think he's going to start researching Siege Tanks because he already has Mines and Vulture Speed, and he does have that early Science Vessel. It's a very, very nice play actually by Mine if you think about it, because you go cheesy first, you go with that early Barracks, you go with Vultures right after Factory, and then you go into Starport and get a dropship, and then after all of that, now you use all your production facilities and you go for it's like a faster 9-minute push, I want to say. I don't think it's gonna be faster because I think doing that 8 racks and doing that vulture harass did set him behind a little bit in the tech, so you wouldn't be able to tech up as quickly as normal. But at the same time, it feels like he did tech just as fast because he went straight for all of those tech structures very, very early on. So it's very, very interesting to me. I think Day9 really talked about this in, I think, one of his Heart of the Swarm videos. And I know people probably watching this video don't like StarCraft 2, but Day9 is a very, very intelligent player. He's very, very good. I love him a lot. So, and he's very, very smart. So I want to just kind of share my analysis of what he had to say. He said there was like this is like a 1-1 build, right? Like Terrans do that in StarCraft 2. It's like, you know, one Barracks, one Factory, one Starport, and then you get like Medivacs or Vikings or whatever. It's very, very interesting to note that he was talking about how each building was very, very efficient in all of their service. Oh wow, actually a few Hydras getting picked up by Mine. But he said, okay, so the initial Barracks gets out a Reaper or something like that. Okay, now what does the Barracks do? Okay, produces Marines. It's being very efficient this entire time. It's continuously making things. And then comes the Factory. Right, and the Factory, now what does the Factory do? Okay, it does this, it'll get out the initial Hellions, and then it'll build a reactor, it'll build a tech lab, whatever, and it'll feed that to Starport later on, or even Barracks. Oh, great irradiate, actually. He is going to lose a Science Vessel, but it was a great irradiate, very, very bad, wow, horrible split. The last Mutalisk to get split, that's when you know it's a bad Mutalisk split. But as I was saying before, so then you take your add-ons and you give them onto other buildings, and that's how you're very efficient with it. It's always building something. And then in late game, you get more tanks. And so it's always producing things. And so in this game, the Barracks, you make the first few Marines. Okay, now you make a few more to defend. Then, with that Barracks, you're going to scout your enemy base, see what your opponents do. Okay, great. And meanwhile, we're going to see a very, very simple harass from Killer. Actually going to pick off a lot more drones. Wow, interesting. So yeah, very, very interesting. Anyways, he is going to scout around again. He notices there's no queen's nest. I think that's the Eva chamber below the spawning pool. But yeah, see, like, look, this is his army is now back where it should have been anyways in this period of the game. So every building was very, very efficient. You know what I mean? Very efficient. So the starport, you know, gets a control tower, gets a few dropships out, uses this dropship very, very effectively. Gets good harassment. This factory gets a few vultures out, gets very good harass, gets map control with those spider mines early on. Then you research siege mode, and then you build tanks out of it. And so every building was very, very efficient into where it gets to this point in the game. And I think mine has a really, really good build order this game, and it was very, very, very well planned out for this. Meanwhile, he's going to be pushing across the map with a very, very sizable army here. A lot of science vessels. So this push is very interesting. It has a lot more tanks and has a lot more science vessels than a normal 9-minute push. A normal 9-minute push will only have, you know, 2 to 3 tanks and then 1 science vessel. Here he has 2 science vessels out and an extra tank. So this push is actually going to be a lot stronger than it usually is. But at the same time, Killer has had the time to build up a lot of lurkers. And we're going to see there are a few radius going down on the lurkers. And we're going to see how well Killer is going to be able to go for this. Wow, triple radiate on all those lurkers. They're going to kill like every single one of them. Great radius, and they're actually doing some splash damage to other lurkers and lings, killing for extra lean. But meanwhile, we're going to see how Mine is going to play this out. He really needs to be careful here. This is, again, Heartbreak Ridge has a lot of ridges and a lot of choke points. But here comes the big fight. Here comes the big push in from Killer. We're going to see how well he's going to be able to micro. Here comes Mine. He's going to try to micro back. Oh my god, everything's going down. What is this? Everything goes down for Mine. Wow, Mine just gets absolutely stomped, and I think Mine has just thrown away any kind of advantage that he just had on Killer. Oh, Killer with the death stare. Killer has that death stare, Jadong-esque. But he doesn't have Hive. I think that's the most crucial thing right now. Killer does not have Hive. Killer is just now getting Hive up. He doesn't have that Defiler Mound up right now, and it's very, very important. He needs Dark Swarm, because I think the next push, if he doesn't have Defilers, is going to cripple him. You know, cool, he wins a fight, but he's slowly falling farther and farther behind in tech. You know, Mind is getting up all of these really crucial tech upgrades. +1 attack on his Marines, very, very strong. And now he's getting +1, +2, +1 on those Marines. Might be getting an armory up soon, getting +1 on those tanks. And he's soon going to also be expanding down to that 7 o'clock position to even up the bases. I think Killer really needs a 4th base right now. He can't sustain himself on just 3 base economy this entire game. He really needs to take a 4th base and get that 4th gas up and maybe transition into more gas heavy units like Ultralisks. But here comes another push, and we have lurkers on this backside for Killer. He could go for another sandwich. Actually, this is great positioning. He's going to be maybe flanking from 3 sides here. And here comes a push again. Another great surround. The siege tanks are not prepared. Marines are actually just caught out away from all the tanks. Both of the tanks are going to go down. Meanwhile, again, great attack from Killer, and he's going to be actually pick off a few of these side vessels. 2 of the side vessels are going to have 4 more lurkers at the top of his ramp. It's going to be a hold. Again, Mine is continuously throwing away units and not really doing much with this. And I think he's throwing away this lead. I think he had a little bit of an economic advantage at the beginning, and he did really well, but now he's throwing it away. He's transitioning to more of an SK Terran style, getting double starport. I think he's cutting a lot more tanks, because he should have had a lot more tanks in that fight if he went for more tanks, but he didn't. And oh my god, Mine actually sees this 4th base that Killer was going to set up, but Killer is going to have to cancel it, and I think this was not a smart position to put it. Because of the fact that it's so close to the proximity to Mine's main, I really wish and preferred it if this 4th base was actually at the 4 o'clock position rather than at the 11 o'clock position. But meanwhile, we're going to see that, wow. Yeah, Killer's going to scout this. He's noticed that Mine still doesn't have a 3rd base yet. He was going to try to see if he had maybe had a 3rd base. Maybe he was going to run by, get behind that middle line. And that's what he scouted. He wanted to scout that middle patch to see if it was still there. Meanwhile, good irradiates on these lurkers, going to be able to pick off lurkers for free. But again, he has lost a lot of those science vessels to a lot of the Scourge. But the Defilers are out now. So the Defilers will be able to do something to hold off more pushes. I'm not sure, though, because of the fact that the science vessel cloud is going to be continuously to increase in tremendous numbers. Because he's going SK Terran and cutting tanks in favor of more and more vessels. We'll see how he's able to dwindle down those numbers. He's done a pretty good job so far, getting a lot of Scourge out to deny those science vessels, but he might not be able to hold on any longer if he's not able to get up a 4th base for 4th gas. Because, you know, defilers do take up a lot of gas. You can't really sustain yourself on 3 base gas permanently if you're going to go defiler tech. Meanwhile, a tank is getting caught out here. But there is the first initial defiler. We're going to see maybe is Mine going to snipe this defiler. It's actually kind of just wandering around unprotected. There you go, Killer finally microing it back. But this tank is going to go down. Pretty nice takeoff. I actually don't think that Mine has any more tanks. But meanwhile, Hydra... I'm not sure about this. He's gone speed upgraded and attack range upgraded Hydralisks and Lurkers and Defilers off of 3 gas. This is a little curious to me. Also, big pull by, oh, double dropship elevator into the main. He's gonna snipe the Spire! And we're gonna see if he's gonna snipe off any more things. Oh, he's gonna snipe the spawning pool too. Wow, this is huge actually. A very, very good sneak attack. Oh, he's gonna pick off the evolution chamber. He's gonna deny the upgrades. And he's actually gonna be able to take a very big upgrade advantage after this. He's gonna pick off a few more drones, pick up a few more of these units, but otherwise his attack has already done his job. Wow, pick off 2 lurkers. Excellent drop. An excellent micro. Good focus fire from Mine. And meanwhile, Killer's looking a little bit flustered right now. He's looking around the map. He's wondering what the hell's happening right now. And the lurkers are out of position right now. The lurkers aren't finished morphing. Meanwhile, the defiler has been irradiated. The lurkers are finally finished. We need to see a good swarm. An okay plague on the science vessel. I really want to see that plague more so on those marine medic. They're very, very clumped up, I felt like. And here comes the marine medic. He's going to be able to take out the 3rd base of Killer. Where are his units? Killer's very, very out of position. He's going to have to retransfer his drones back to natural, but he's going to lose his 3rd base and crucially his 3rd gas. He's going to try to push in here with a lot of Hydras, a lot of lurkers. I'm not sure why his Hydras mixed in with his army. He's going to be able to maybe pick off this force, but he's going to lose a lot of these units, a lot of drones going down as well. Meanwhile, more double dropship. Mine is everywhere across his map. Mine is just out microing and out micromanaging Killer right now. And again, like, he lost a ton of Hydras to those Marine Medic, and I'm not sure why he went for more Hydras. Hydras just aren't good against Marine Medic. But meanwhile, we do see a lot of Hydras out here trying to deny this drop. But Fire Bats! Fire Bats, he knows that maybe there may be a few swarms can go off, but mostly because he's denied a 2nd gas, it's going to be mostly Zerglings, and these Fire Bats are going to get picked off quite easily because there are more lurkers than Zerglings, so these Fire Bats won't be as effective as they should be. But again, Marines are very, very effective against Hydras. Hydras just don't have the DPS firepower to deal with a very good Marine Medic Ball. Meanwhile, going to pick off another lurker here. He's going to actually deny, again, this 4th base from Killer. And so Killer's going to be going back down to 2 bases. And he's going to pick up another hatchery. This is actually an extremely detrimental blow to his economy. 2 bases, especially when Mine is actually getting up his 3rd base. And actually, his 3rd base has been running up now. Again, this is, I think, why Killer's thrown this, has rethrown this game. I felt like he had an advantage. He didn't take that 4th gas down at the 4 o'clock position. Instead, continuously trying to take more base at the top of the map. And I can understand why, but he really needs that 4th gas. And the 11 o'clock wasn't the way to go. So I really felt that he should have gone for the 4 o'clock expansion. But he didn't do that. It was really, really interesting to me. But Killer now is behind. Mine is caught up in this game, and in fact, taking a very, very large lead. In fact, he's oh, here comes more Hydras. They are going to be able to pick up a few of these science vessels, but again, you know, Fire Bats at the front. Really good irradiate on the middle Hydra. Going to do a ton of splash damage. Good plague, but it's a little too late. You know, these Marines have already done so much damage to these Hydras, and wow, you know, he's only let down 4 more Hydras. These vessels are trying to make it out of there. These Hydras are going to pick off a lot of these vessels, and that's really good and all, but again, you know, 3 bases versus 3 bases right now. Terran's definitely favored in this match at the moment. And he's kind of mismicroed. He's got like 20 drones on gas. But again, I think this dropship harass has been extremely effective for Mine. He's able to pick off a lot of units, a lot of drones, deny mining time, and also pick off 2 key tech structures in the Spire and spawning pool. Also, even taking out the evolution chamber that was probably researching a very crucial upgrade. And you know, when you pick off one of those research facilities to researching upgrades, and they're halfway down, or even 3/4 of the way down, that takes a long time to get back. Oh, meanwhile, science vessels, again, 2 more science vessels getting picked off, but again, double dropship once again moving out here, and Killer's actually not in position, and Mine is actually just gone to the 3rd base. He sees that there's no units there. Killer's just completely out of position. Again, he's gonna lose this base, lose a lot of mining time. He's gonna lose a lot of drones here. Unbelievable. Mine with great star sense, meanwhile gonna push forward. He's attacking on so many fronts, and Killer's just getting overwhelmed right now. He's losing so many Hydras again. I'm still not sure why he went Hydras in this game. He really need to go lurkers, and again, he's losing so many of these Hydras. Did lose that lurker and these Marines, and it's gonna be GG. Killer just taps out. He just didn't have what it takes to beat Mine. Mine just outplayed him, out-macroed him, out-microed him. He just played very, very smart. Killer did have those two really, really key advantages in the mid game, where he was able to take out a lot of those that army from Mine. But again, it just feels like it just wasn't enough. And so Mine is actually just gonna go ahead 2 games to nothing right now, and this is very, very curious to me. I really want to see some of the replay for this. Where's Mine focusing on? See, he's got a big, like, when we go back there, he had an extremely big army. Extremely big army in the middle of the map, posturing. I'm not sure if you can see my cursor or not, but he had a very big army posturing in the middle of the map. And if Killer delegated too many units to taking care of this force, he was going to maybe pick off one of those other bases. Oh, this roll. Let my voice rest a little bit. Again, very crucial. Taking out that 3rd and 4th base, very, very important in the game. And Killer just seems just getting outplayed.
대규모 교전 두 번은 정말 시원하게 박준호 선수가 이겨내면서 분위기를 잡는가 했었는데 말씀해주신 것처럼 그 외의 세세한 부분에 대한 수비가 안 되다 보니까 결과적으로 무너질 수밖에 없었네요.
네, 저희가 뭐 김영희 해설과 이제 뒷담화에서도 이런 얘기를 하긴 했었는데 두 선수의 어떤 그 속도는 서로 맞춰줘야 이 경기가 박빙이 되는 거거든요. 지금은 박성윤 선수의 속도를 지금 박준호 선수가 따라잡지 못하고 있습니다.
그러게 말입니다. 자, 그러나 정말 이렇게 신나게 현장에도 손 흔들면서 팬 여러분들이 오셨는데 이대로 박성균 선수가 스포트라이트 받게, 이대로 그냥 3대0 박성균 쉽게 4강 올라갈 수 있게 박준호 선수가 그냥 만들어줘서는 안 되는 거 아니겠어요? 지금부터 박준호 다시 한번 힘을 내야 됩니다.
그럼요. 준비 많이 했을 텐데 0대3으로 찍으면 안 됩니다. 러시아에서도 오고요. 아주 많은 곳에서 많은 팬분들이 현장을 찾아주셨는데 조금 더 화끈하게 좋은 경기 보여줘야겠죠, 박준호 선수. 왠지
오늘 3대2의 시멜이 나신다면 박준호가 지금부터 페페 싱싱싱 이렇게 분위기를 잡아가야 합니다. 그러나 박성균이 현재 워낙 단단합니다. 지금의 이 분위기대로라면 3대0도 가능한 그런 분위기거든요. 자, 과연 이대로 4강 진출자가 만들어질지 아니면 박준호 선수가 다시 힘을 낼지 지켜보겠습니다. 세 번째 대결 출발합니다.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, going back to set number 3, I'm back here on Circuit Breakers. Mind versus Killer. Mind up now 2 games to nothing, and Killer is just not looking very, just not looking on top of his game. You know, he did have those good engagements. His, I would say his army management and fighting has been very, very good, but unfortunately just his micromanagement and army positioning overall across the map has not been able to deal with Mine's very, very efficient high APM, high micromanagement style.
그런 점에서 약간 좀 공격적인 플레이도 한번 생각해보는 것도 나쁘지 않을 것 같습니다.
그러게요. 박준호 하면 또 공격인데.
그런데 이게 수비만 하면서 경기하다 보니까 이렇게 되는 거고요. 여러분들과는 역시 뭐 스타리그와 함께 제가 이걸 딱 촉이 있어요. 괜찮죠?
아니 멋지네요, 진짜.
확신이 있으니까.
그러니까요.
네, 자신감이죠, 남들.
저는 보통 스타리고 이렇게 눈으로 같이 가면서 읽는데 역시 센스가 김정민 해설.
별로 뭐 그렇게 잘할 건 아닌 것 같은데. 뭐 어쨌든 이 박준호 선수 0대1로 이렇게 몰려 있는데 상대방이 공격적인 스타일인 걸 알고 있는데 그런 선수에게 수비만 하면서 맞춰 이길 거야. 이게 진짜 잘못된
Sorry, I'm
오해가
back.
될수 있는 거예요.
We have Killer doing another standard 12 hatchery build.
전략이 몇 개가 섞여 있지
I think
않으면
he's open 12 hatch every game. I think. Let me see. Game 1 Neo Jade. Yeah, 12 hatch on Neo Jade. 12 hatch on excuse me. Attempted 12 hatch. On Heartbreak Ridge until he scouted the 4-8 racks. That was pretty funny. I was like, oh, he's gonna put down the hatch, and he didn't. Oh man. Great scouting. Great scouting. Meanwhile, we have the standard barracks from mine.
박준호 선수가 준비한 플레이를 한번
And I think that separates like there's a lot of good amateurs, like really good amateur players out there, right? There's like you know, people who are rising, especially one of my personal favorites right now, Olympus. Olympus is by far one of my favorite amateurs right now. He's a really good pro wrestling player. He managed to beat C and challenge Jade to make it into the SSL. Unfortunately, he didn't make it past round of 24. But he really captivated me. But what separates the amateurs like Olympus versus someone like a Killer, like a Mine, like a Bisu, is that these pros prepare so damn well for these matches. I don't know how to explain it, just so damn well. And meanwhile, Mine, good old Mine, denying that third hatchery.
저분에게도 물어봐야 되니까요. 네.
저분이 거부할 수 있거든요. 예.
아 역시 네, 캐리어이 좋지만
네,
예, 그거는 거부하겠다. 네.
Meanwhile, supply depot go at the front to kind of narrow down the choke a little bit to defend against the Zerglings.
자, 박준호 선수 일단 예, 앞마당까지 그리고 정찰온 정찰금을 따라다닙니다.
자, 또 이게 박준호 선수가 지금 10위 앞마당에 있고 또 부유한 어떤 상황에서 3회 처리 노출이 다 되고 약간 좀 그 어떤 1경기의 느낌 매번 다르지만 이런 것도 새로 방향이라면 또 박성윤 선수가 또 찌를 수 있어요.
그럼요. 저희 PD님께서 지금 콜을 주셨습니다. 결승전까지 오시면 선물 드린답니다.
네.
He looks like Piglet. Does anyone else think that? He looks like Piglet from Team Liquid? From League of Legends Team Liquid? Interesting. Maybe it's his brother. Anyways, quick eBay, quick gas coming up for mine, so it's gonna be a +1 4 rack. I want to say 4 racks. Some people go 5 racks, but 4 racks is my personal preference. I really like the 4 racks better than the 5 racks. I think it allows you to tech a little bit faster, just like a tiny bit, and with a 90-minute push, every second counts. So it's very crucial that you get that up.
박성윤 선수도 이번 경기만큼 뭔가 전략을 걸기보다는 불꽃도 아니고 지금 초반 단계.
Meanwhile, SCV is actually going to be able to scout inside of Killer's base. Very sloppy by Killer, letting his SCV back into his base. But he has an initial creep colony. He doesn't want to get broken again. I swear to God, Killer, if you get broken again, this is going to be one of the most disappointing best of 5s I've ever seen.
그 다음 경기는 극초반에 때려주고. 그런 다음에 이제 세 번째 경기에서는 또 엇박자 타이밍 결국은 공격적으로 할 것 같긴 해요.
네.
왜냐면 이 선수가 진짜 이 공격 지향적인 플레이를 좋아해서 이번 경기는 방심마다 또 어떻게 될지 모르니까 박준호 선수 입장에서는 엄청 무서울 것 같아요.
그러니까요.
뭐가 올지 모른다.
So he's going to try to get into the base of Killer. Not going to happen. But he has going 3 hatchery right now. Or 3 just 3 hatchery. Oh my God, 3 barracks. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. People are texting right now. Sorry. Probably turn on my phone while I do these casts. Anyways, 4th barracks coming up. I think it's gonna be a +1 4 racks. Our drone's gonna be moving out to probably take the 3rd base.
원래 기다린다라는 게 굉장히 힘든 일이잖아요.
Did I already do this cast? I feel like I have for some reason.
관심이 생긴 이성 친구가
Feel like I have. I'm gonna check my phone because I don't want to ruin this video quality. I guess if I did, you wouldn't be seeing this video anyways. God, this would be embarrassing. I might just put this up here as like an accidental video. I don't even know. My channel. Feel like
물론 그렇다고 택배 찾으러 가시라는 얘기는 아니고요. 기다릴 거 기다려야겠지만 참 박성균 선수 입장에서는
I don't think I've done this yet. Awesome. Great.
나는 뭘 해도 될 거다.
Actually, very good.
반면에 박준호 선수가 얼마나 위기를 좀 잘
Okay, cool.
극복하면서 본인의 턴을
Anyways,
만들지.
where was I? Sorry, I just needed to make sure I wasn't redoing this entire cast. I felt like I watched this before for some reason. Anyways,
추가 멀티까지.
While the game is slowing down a little bit, we're gonna see the standard initial 11 Mutalisks out for Killer, and we're gonna see the tech up to a factory for Mind, and Killer also taking a third base. Mind is actually just giving up all map control right now. Very, very interesting. He wants to preserve his Marine Ball, doesn't want it to get accidentally sniped by the initial Mutalisks and some early Zerglings. Here come the Mutalisks. I want to say something real quick about Circuit Breakers. Circuit Breakers is a very, very good map, especially in TVZ. Very, very good for the mech switch that a lot of the Terran players have been recently doing in the TVZ game. Because of the reason why, if you look at the map, it's very, very easy to see why. You can expand horizontally, you can expand vertically, and it's very, very good regardless. Well, not that thought, Killer's actually found a very, very nice niche hole here for these Mutalisks. He's actually getting a good amount of damage down. Very, very well done. Oh, loses 1 Mutalisk so far, loses 2 Mutalisks. Loses 3 Mutalisks. What is happening right now? He's gonna lose a few more. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What? What? Damn, did Killer overstay his welcome. Damn. He overstayed his welcome so much. He's lost all those Mutalisks. That's actually huge. I don't think people understand how important those early Mutalisks are unless you're going to gain map control and lower the Marine count. But he only has 3 meters left. What is this? He just lost all map control, as a matter of fact. He just suicided everything into it. He's getting up a lot more creep colonies. He realizes he needs the Mutalisks to defend, but he has that third base up. I really want... Oh, man, if you just go to that third base right now. Oh, my. Go to that third base. No, he's going to natural. Please don't try for this break. Please don't try for this break. Oh well. He's going for the break! He's going for the break! 4 Sungates for a lot of Zerglings out front! Oh, he's not gonna be able to break that. Are you kidding me? Sorry, I lose my voice a little bit now. So it's a little hurting. This is why I need a duo cast. Honestly, like, a lot of people don't realize this, but casting solo is actually very, very difficult if you're a more energetic and screaming commentator. When I look at all the other people, like Sale, Sale is a very good caster because he's able to keep the audience interactive while saying not too much and not overly excited. And I think that's why Sale is one of the best Brood War commentators of all time. So he's able to do that. I'm not really so much able to do that if I were to just talk normally like him and conserve my voice. I don't think I'd be able to reach the same amount of skill that I have if I don't hype up games like the Clazzard style, just screaming things out, going as fast as you can, getting all the information out. But it does hinder your voice a little bit, which is why I'm not able to do long casts, which is why as a caster, I hate doing best of 5s or I do like doing best of 5s, but I hope they end quickly. I hope they end in 4 games, not 5. So I'm hoping for Mind to win this game, to be honest. But it's Circuit Breakers. Mind, honestly, Mind has already stomped Killer a lot, and I just feel like he's gonna win this game, especially on Circuit Breaker. Circuit Breaker is a very, 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 very good TVZ map for Terrans because of the mech switch. Mech switch is so really good, especially in these spawns. When you spawn, wow, nice pick up on the lurker. He's gonna put the other one. No, very close. Oh, dropship's gonna go down. But when you go mech on this map, it's very, very good for Terran, and the reason why is because, especially when you spawn vertically to your opponent, you expand horizontally, and by expanding horizontally, you minimize how many pathways to your bases there are. If you look at the map, you only have to defend 2 pairs of bridges and then 2 high ground pods. And it's very, very easy for Terrans to defend that, just by putting tanks on all of those places. And also the ramps are very, very difficult for Zergs to get by, especially when you put spider mines on all of them as well. And also because when you do it this way, you also get 2 extra mineral only bases, which allow you to produce a lot more units from your bases. But also the middle of the map is very, very flat, very, very open. You can just put spider mines everywhere and you can deny a lot. But here come the tanks. Siege tanker! Siege tanker! 4 tanks! Where are the defilers? He needs defilers right now. He absolutely needs defilers. Really good micro by Mine, not using the tanks to target down the... Oh no, you idiot! Mine, you idiot! Why would you lose your science vessel? Oh, Defiler's out. Where's Consume? Oh, there's Consume. Great. Dark Swarm is gonna be done. Oh, clutchness! No, he's gonna lose all of those tanks. Why are you stepping forward against Swarm Lurkers? Mine. Very clutch Storm, and Mine with very poor decision making right there, sieging up his tanks right into the Dark Swarm. He should have scanned. He should have seen that Defiler and tried to irradiate it as soon as possible. Meanwhile, the drum here is going to take that fourth base. The Marine is trying to shoot at it, but unfortunately the Hack Tree does manage to go up. Lurkers are now going to push out and defend this fourth base. Oh, this is what I'm talking about. You see, on Circuit Breakers, and in general against very defensive Zergs like Killer, who's not going to be very aggressive. And I remember Killer being a very aggressive Zerg back in the day, but oh, where's the Swarm? Oh, very clutch Storm. Nice job, Killer. But against very passive Zergs, this map really lends to the playstyle of a very map control oriented player like Mine is. And the map is not very, it's very beneficial for aggressive players rather than defensive players. And so this is why I feel like also Killer's gonna lose this game because he's playing way too defensive right now.
선수가 이렇게까지 4개스 가져가면서 뭔가 좀 이렇게 늘리고 이제 뭔가 내 힘을 발휘하겠다. 근데 거기까지 계속 못 가서 문제였거든요.
네, 지금 갔어요.
예, 근데 이번 세트는 달라요.
드디어 하이브 운영을 갔고요. 근데 하이브 운영을 갔는데 지면 이건 진짜 명백히 상대방을 인정할 수밖에 없거든요. 박준호 선수.
그렇죠.
정말 지금 게임을 힘겹게 하고 있는 겁니다.
But meanwhile, Mine, I hope he's expanding soon. He is transitioning into the mech portion of the game, as I said before. Oh, he is. He's taking that third gas. Very important to take that third gas very early on. Meanwhile, he is starting to pump out those vultures and try to take map control with the Spire Mines and Vulture Speed. We'll see how he does with that.
그리고 귀신같이 또 불리했던 상황을 오늘 계속 끌어왔기 때문에 좀 더 지켜봐야겠습니다. 자, 커널 통해서 쫙 보냈고요.
박성민 선수 보세요. 어차피 지금 저거는 이동안에 드럼 뽑고 하이브 후반 준비할 때는 이동안에 2개 동시 멀티.
네.
이것도 크죠. 네.
But oh, he has good. He's double expanded. This is very smart by Mine. He realizes that because he's taking a lot of map control away from Killer at this moment, he's able to double expand safely behind
그리고
this.
11시 쪽으로 다시 한번 병력을 보내봅니다. 네.
디파일러 없으면 언제나 뚫릴 수 있는 거예요.
자, 없어요. 너커스가 조금 듭니다만.
그래도 끊임없이 계속 지금 위협을 가하면서 네, 그래도 커널은 잘 마련해뒀네요, 박준호 선수도.
네.
그리고 7시 본진도 바로 지금 멀티할 생각을 해주고 있고.
But anyways, he is starting to lift off those barracks, and he's going to be able to begin, I think, pushing out to more factories and getting a lot more units out. But Killer actually got for Ultraless, very smart. He's got the 4 gas. He's going to be able to support Ultra Defiler Ling at this point, so you know, might as well. I'm not sure how Ultraless deal against tanks. At least from what I can recall from the Flash era when he split the maps a lot. Against players on maps like Fighting Spirit. He had a really good tank line to the defense, and he would just siege them like Turtle and just be really efficient with those tanks. But yeah, anyways, Mine is also taking down the bottom left main, and he's gonna be actually going on 4 gas, so he's gonna be able to pump out like pure amounts of tanks, which would be very scary to deal with as a Zerg. Oh no, he's gonna lose his Marines to Lickers! Oh wow, great plague. Nice plague. But again, Radiant on Defiler. And now Radiant the Lurkers.
가장 좋은 그림은 어쨌든 안정적으로 드론을 모은 상태에서 자원을 먹고 있으면 울트라리스크 준비하는 동안에 디파일러 동반에서 7시 정도는 그래도 드랍을 통해서 견제를 한다든가 이런 모습이 나와주는 게 가장 좋긴 한데 이거 서로 반반 가면 정말 모릅니다.
네. 지금 현재까지
We'll see how Killer is going to retake map control right now. But there are a lot of vultures with a lot of Spire Mines in them, and Mine, excellent positioning with this Reeve. At the top of the ramp, very well. Good blockade.
그냥 미네랄 멀티 가져가고 있고 북쪽 지역을 빠르게 가져가는 컨셉을 잡을 것이냐.
Meanwhile, Lurkers, Defiler, and Ling's gonna push out, and I think Killer is gonna try to begin getting more aggressive. It's gonna be hard though, you know. At this point in the game, it's gonna be already very, very difficult because Mind has already taken a lot of good map control with those Spider Mines and with those Marine early on in the game. He's really set himself up for a very successful late game, and this transition into the mech late game is very, very good for Mind right now. Meanwhile, just streaming Lings out. I'm not sure what this is gonna do ultimately, but maybe Killer's just gonna try to get scouting information, pick off units where he can, and deny mining some places.
선택을 해야죠. 울트라 리스크를 빠르게 어떻게 모아줄 거냐, 혹은 그 전 단계에 퀸을 한번 써볼 거냐, 이런 것도 한번 뭐 대응책이 될 수가 있습니다.
네. 자, 저글링 소수를 6시 쪽으로 보냈고요.
마린 있어요. 네, 마린 그리고 수비는 되는데 문제는
Anyway, science vessels are growing in numbers, but again, he's going to be able to cut a lot of these vessels in order to produce more tanks and factories. You know, a good lurker drop at the back of the natural expansion from mine. He's going to be able to deny a little bit of mining there and kill off a few of these turrets and be just annoying with swarm underneath. He's also going to pick out the refiner, which is very crucial. He needs that gas. Excuse me. But double armory now up for mine. Oh no! Scourge! Scourge! I'm confused. Why did you do that, Killer? Oh my god. It's things like this which makes me very, very disappointed in the pro players, honestly. Oh man. It's honestly things like that that make me really disappointed in pros. Like, pros losing science vessels carelessly like at the beginning of this game, and then pros doing that and not micro properly. Oh, we're gonna settle down to the late game. Oh, my most hated part of the games, to be honest.
저 누군가를 태우고 있는 것 같은데.
그렇죠.
태웠겠죠.
예.
떨어지기도 전에 머리를 아래서 이게 미끼? 설마 아무것도 없고.
This is interesting. Oh, he didn't have things in it. Wow, I thought it was just a scouting force. That's awesome. He's got one random Ultralisk in here. He's gonna. Wow, meanwhile, actually, Ultralisk drop here at the bottom left base. He's actually doing a decent amount of damage. But I don't think Killer is going to be able to do much with these Ultras now. He's going to be able to get behind lines a little bit, but I think tanks will just reinforce really quickly and then be able to kill off these Ultras. Meanwhile, Lings and Ultras just flooding down both sides of the map. He's going to try to get as much damage as possible down, but there's very, very good static defense as Terrans, especially with Siege. But actually, if you notice, he's actually being able to push your mind a little bit back right now into his base, and he's doing quite a good job here at the natural expansion. Not so much on the left side, but more Scourge. Oh, kills off all of those science vessels. That's better from Killer, and he's actually able to pick off a lot of these units from Mine. Wow, Mine is losing a lot of units right now. There's a lot of Ultras, a lot of Lings right now streaming forth across the map. And he's even able to get a few of these SCVs deny mining at the 6 o'clock position right now, and Mine actually needs to defend this base. I'm not sure what's going on right now. Lurkers and Lings are just flooding across the map. More Ultras going down to this bottom left-hand position. He really wants to deny mining here. This is the lifeline, I think, of Mine at this point. This 2-base mining down here. But the SCV glitching out these Ultras. There are a lot of good tanks at the top, but I think the Zerglies are getting through right now. Killer looks like he's going to be able to do this. His supply count's actually beginning to even up right now. Mine is only like 20 supply up, but when he was like 40 supply up before, and now only 10 supply up actually. Killer's getting through, I think. Killer's doing a really good job. These Lings, beautiful mine. Beautiful mines on all of these Lings, and that's going to cripple him a little bit on that attack onto the bottom right base. But again, you know, bottom left also managing to stabilize, and I think Mine is going to be okay. He did lose a lot of these SCVs in these attacks. We'll have to see where that leads him. Maybe his economy is going to be hampered a little bit, and maybe Killer's going to be overrun. Because remember, Killer's economy right now hasn't really been touched that much because he's been on the aggressive now. He's been able to mine comfortably without losing anything. But again, 2-1 upgrades now on these tanks, being able to melt Ultralisk and Lings. fairly comfortably, but again, he's continuing to stream a lot of links here, and Vulture's up here at the top mineral-only base, or at least one of the top mineral-only bases, getting a lot of drones. Where's the reaction timing from Killer? Killer losing a lot of all these drones. He's not doing a good job. Where is the reaction time? Right now, Killer losing all of these drones. He's lost maybe 10 drones in this base. He's really, really losing everything right now. I'm not understand why he didn't react. Meanwhile, Ling's continuing to stream down here, and again, you know, the supply count is pretty equal, but again, I'm not sure if these things are able to do enough damage right now, and that's my problem. He's been able to do some damage, but not enough damage. He's not killing off enough of these units right now. But again, streaming down to the bottom left base. There aren't many units. Only 4 tanks left for mine right here. Killer's gonna, I think, maybe gonna break through. I think he's gonna be able to kill this base off. He's gonna take a huge advantage in this game. He is streaming more units now. No, where are you going? He's gonna continue to try to attack 2 places at once. I think this is not going well for Killer anymore. Oh man, no, never mind though. He's forced to lift on this base, this natural base here, but all units are gonna be able to reinforce quickly. Mines are gonna be able to deny these ultras. It's gonna do a lot of damage to these ultras right now. And Vultures again at the top base, the 12 o'clock base. I see yellow blobs. There's still Vultures up there killing drones. I'm not sure what is happening right now. Killer's not responding. I think he lost a lot more drones there. Again, flying across the map with all these Zerglings. He's trying to find a breakthrough, but it looks like the mine has finally stabilized right now. These lurkers aren't doing anything. They're just sitting there. These Lings are just melting these siege tanks. I think, is mine being able to get to that critical amount of siege tanks where Lings just don't do anything anymore? But again, he's screaming across the... But there are mines in the base. There are siege tanks morphing. There's a lot of Lings, but they're going to be funneling up here. And these mines are going to do a lot of damage. Oh, big mine hit. And I think Killer is slowly losing his... Killer's ahead in supply, though. I'm still not sure, but there is no bank for either player. We'll have to see it. But remember, 10 units are a lot more cost efficient, and Killer's supplies mostly just pure lean right now. I'm not sure Killer's going to be able to push through. He's not going to be able to break through. He's going to be able to pick off an armory, but I'm not sure. Killer's losing steam right now, and so is my voice. But there's Fortress here. Fortress might be the key to break this defense right now. He's trying so desperately hard. Unbelievable. I think he's gonna hold. I think mine is gonna hold right now. Killer threw everything at him. He threw everything. The kitchen sink, the freaking dishes, the stove, the refrigerator. Threw everything at him. He's not able to break through. My goodness. Oh no. Killer, I think you attacked too many places at once. Killer, I feel like attacked too many places at once, and I think that's his downfall right now. Killer kept attacking both places at the same time. He attacked both bottom right and bottom left. I felt like if he funneled all the units into one area, he would have been able to succeed. But I think because he split those units and because he favored it. Because remember, when you're attacking, you have the advantage on a spread out map and great D-matrix on that tank. But again, he's losing steam. He's losing too many of these units. He's grinding down to a halt. Minus backup 30 supply, and this is where Zerg just, at this point it's too little too late. I don't think they can win this game anymore. Mine swallows a little bit, but I think he's braved the worst of the storm already. My voice is dying. Oh my goodness, so action-packed. I hope this game slows down a little bit so I can collect my thoughts and explain to you guys what I feel like was the problem with this game. But again, more Vultures gonna push in. He's gonna pick up all these drones, gonna deny mining again in space. But there's a lot of Vultures up there. There's maybe about 10 or so. Oh no, they're gonna pick up more drones. Killer, you have to react. At least pull them or something. Maybe make the Vultures fly. No, he's not gonna react. Oh, it's like another 12 drones going down. Oh no, Killer is slowly losing this game. It's gonna be a 3-0, I think. I think mine's gonna be able to win this game again. And he's up 60 supply now. He's up 60 supply. He's finally starting to send Zerglings out cost efficiently to deal with the mines where he wasn't before. But honestly, at this point, I think it really is a little late. It really is. A cute little lurker drop. Gonna deny mining here. Very good. It's gonna pick up a few of these SCVs. Actually, a lot of SCVs. Maybe like 4 or 5. But I think I really think it's too late. I think mine is just getting away now with these bases, and I think Killer really needed to at least take out a command center. And I think that was very, very crucial. He really needed to deny mining. And now he's down again 60 supply. He's falling behind. He's losing steam here. Yeah, I think I really think that if Killer funneled all of his units into one base, he would have won this game. Let's say he took all those units and he threw them at like the bottom left base. He was so close to breaking both spots, but he didn't because he kept splitting his units up, and I think that honestly cost him the game. If he sent all these units, you know, bunched up all these units, oh okay, let's throw everything at one place. You know, maybe he would have pushed through. And it's the mentality, and I know if Amazing SKCD watches this video, and he'll appreciate this, because I know he plays CSGO, but when you play CSGO, right, on every map, regardless, at the very beginning, assume the map, any map, is balanced. Terrorists have an advantage, and the reason why is because you're gonna push usually as 5 men. You're gonna push 5 man into a bomb site, whether it be B or A. And CTs have to spread out their units. CTs have to spread out, like Mine did. Mine defended, and he had to spread. He was forced to spread out his units in order to deal with Killer. And what he should have done, what Killer did is, oh, he's gonna lose all his units. He's gonna get out a defiler or 2 defilers. He can just farm. He's gonna do nothing. He's just gonna walk away. Killer just holds the death stare. He's fighting really hard. But as I said before, you know, when you commit all your resources to a bomb site, right? Let's say, remember the good old Dust 2 B rush with SMGs. You throw 5 men at it. P90s, flashes, grenades, the whole shebang. You know, you throw the kitchen in the kitchen sink at someone at a bomb site, and you hope it works. More often than not, you're gonna be able to take the bomb site. And again, more great vulture harassing. He's killed at least 40 drones this game. And I don't think that Killer has done the same amount of SCV damage. I think he's only killed maybe about 15, 20 SCVs. Nowhere close. But the point is that when you throw 5 men at a site, more likely than not, you're gonna be able to take that site. But it's different. It's a lot different. There is no quote-unquote retake. Once you take the site in StarCraft, once you take one of those bases, you take out that base. It's gone, and they have to rebuild it. It's not like Counter-Strike in that aspect, because you have to rebuild that base. You have to take time to rebuild. That's like, I'm not sure how to explain in CS:GO terms anymore, but I think I hope you guys understand where I'm trying to get in my philosophy. Because he split his forces. Let's say he went 3 terrorists. He sent 2 terrorists B, 2 terrorists A, and 1 terrorist middle, right, against CT. Now it's all about skill, but CTs still have the advantage in this position. Why? Because CTs don't have to peek. They let the terrorists come to them. They can pre-fire. They can throw nades into choke points. They watch the choke points, and they let the Ts come into that choke point, funnel up, and kill everyone. And that's exactly what happened here. The CTs are the tanks. They wait for They wait for everything to funnel to that choke, and then they blast them down, right? Now, if Ts bunch up as 5 men and go into a bomb site, and if Killer threw his entire army at one area of the map, he might have gone through, because even though, yes, they're funneling through choke point, but in the end, CTs are going to run out of bullets eventually, and they're going to have to reload, and that's when Ts are able to make the breakthroughs. They're not going to kill all of them. They'll kill a lot. They might kill off 3, maybe even, 2, maybe even 3 people, but they're ultimately going to lose the 2 defending CTs, and they'll end up losing the site, and they have to rotate. And Mine, and especially with mech, especially with mech, you have to, it's very slow, because tanks are and Goliaths are very slow units. Mech is very, very ball. You don't want it to separate into multiple pieces of armies. Not like Medic and Marine. Medic and Marines are very, very good individually, but tanks are very, very good in balls. They're not very good individually because of the slow DPS. There's quick DPS like Marines, Zerglings, Hydralisks. There's slow DPS. There's tanks. There's, I think Dragoons count in this mixture as well. There is Guardians, slow fire, high damage. And, it just doesn't work. Killer's just trying to desperately hold on right now. Mine has so many tanks. I can't tell you how many tanks he has. He's still up 60 supply. Big Mine hits on the Zerglings. And this is looking more and more lost. Mine is comfortably mining out off of 7 bases. Or I should say 5, because he has mined out of his main and natural. But so is Killer. Killer's almost mined out at his 3rd base, I would assume, as well. But he's lost too many drones. He had to replace a lot of those drones. He lost 40 drones. He's almost mined out at both his 3rd and his 4th. It seems he's only be mining off of 3 bases with only 1 gas. Or 1 fully functioning gas. So in theory 2 gases because of the 4 extractors providing 1 extra gas. But it's so many. It's too big for groups of tanks. I really don't find a way for Killer to break this. Unless he gets like the most miraculous Zergling Mind Drag into the tank force. But yeah, Killer is, you know, blowing steam through his mouth, and he's really looking down right now. Killer, no bank, down 70 supply, Mind higher army supply, better units, a bank setup and stuff
이
like that.
탱크를 너무 잘 지켜가지고요. 와. 문제는 입구까지 왔어요. 문 앞까지 왔습니다. 지금 전차 군단이.
자, 마인을 시원하게 제거했습니다만 내 진영을 지킬 수 있는 힘이
And
박준호에게
he's just gonna push in.
여기
He doesn't care anymore.
12씩 밀리는
There's
거고요.
so little units from Killer right now. He's gonna try to pincer in from Zerglings and behind and with Ultras, but look at all these Zerglings just die before even reaching the tanks. Oh my god, there's just so many Zerglings just dead, and there's just too many tanks at this point. I think Killer's gonna tap out soon. He's double supply. He's now down 100 supply, and that's GG. Maya's gonna win this game. Maya's gonna move on to the semifinals to face off against Bisu. And hopefully tomorrow I'm able to get through with the other side of the bracket, with Hero versus Mong and Free versus Luffy. Look forward to those guys. Thank you all for watching so much. I'm trying to get these done ASAP. I know a lot of people are looking forward to it. So yeah. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.